Good evening, afternoon, morning, as always, depending on where on earth in the world you are. Welcome to another stream by FrodoNL. And today it's Thursday, so we're going for a retro stream. And we got a special theme today with a bit of a weird machine. We're looking at the first year of the Mattel Aquarius 1983. From 1983. This machine had a bit of a weird history. It was announced in 1982, came out in June 1983, and was discontinued by Mattel in October 1983. Probably the shortest lifetime of any home computer ever, as far as I can tell. There were a very limited amount of games out, although there were a few more later made, but originally Mattel announced 32, of which only 21 actually materialized, and then of course there were other companies making some. We're gonna look at a few of the games, and well, we'll have a look. It's a rather limited machine. It had a subset of the Microsoft Basic. It had a Z80 at 3.5 megahertz, so similar to the ZX Spectrum, but only 4K RAM, which was expandable to 20K RAM with an 8K ROM, which meant very limited options there. It also had a keyboard, not unlike the ZX Spectrum, but from what I understand, it was worse than the ZX Spectrum. And it had reasonable resolution, 320 by 192, or 40 by 24 characters, but very limited graphics. Actually 80 by 72 addressable graphics, and 16 colors. And it, yeah, you will see the games are rather limited, although at least there was a reasonable sound in there. One voice standard, but it was extendable to 4 with the extension box, which also added some controllers which weren't too good either, from what I understand. And apart from that, it basically had the standard connections for the TV, printer. Yes, it did have a printer connector. It was an RS, well, it was a serial port that was somewhat compatible to RS-232, although you had to do a bit of work, as so often, to connect it to various machines, because every machine back in the day had their own idea about what RS-232 was actually meant to be. And then, of course, there was the cassette connector. Now, the games we will be looking at tonight are mostly cassette games, which we will fast load. There is one cartridge game, though, that we will start with. And, well, let's have a look at what we find in here. Okay, it's a nice, proper display, at least. It started with, as mentioned, it was 40 by 24, 40 characters wide, 24 lines high. Didn't have the real standard ASCII set, but close enough that it was usable. As you can see, it did have uppercase and lowercase, so that at least was something, I guess. And we'll start with this one. And okay, this is about the level of graphics you can expect from this machine. Keys are sometimes a bit weird, so I will at some games have some problems finding the right keys, because even though joystick is supposed to be supported, I didn't find any option for that. Hey Rata, welcome in. How you doing? I hope you're doing okay today. I'm actually gonna grab something, because before anyone notices anyway, I got something in today, and I will do that on my favorite Evolution came in today. I couldn't leave Tux all by himself up there. So I had to get that one in today. I thought you might like that one, Rata. But yeah, we're looking at, as I mentioned, a machine that was announced in 1982, released in June 1983, and discontinued in October 1983. So a very short-lived machine. But yeah, I thought you might like that, Rata. I am hoping that I get a payout from Twitch later this month, because in that case I can get some extra light that I want to set up, because at the moment the light isn't perfect. I understand that. That's why I got this t-shirt, Rata. So I do have them all. As you can see. But Flareon is my favorite, so that's why I got Flareon for now. Who knows, I might get more later on. Because yes, they are all cute. But yeah, let's have a look at the first game. It's a bit of a weird combination. What I like is that in many of these games they gave the default option of auto fire. Or you could do it manual fire. But yeah, this is the kind of graphics you can expect from most of the Aquarius games. Okay, Rata. Make sure to stay safe while traveling. Because we want to see Rata after she got home too, and not just now. Oops, missed that one. Now, this one I have to shoot, because otherwise, if it reaches the ground, I lose my spaceship. Or my cannon, whatever it is. In case anyone wonders, what you will see is that it's basically character cell graphics. Because everything goes by character cell instead of by pixel. Now the Aquarius, while it doesn't sound too interesting, it is a machine I would love to have. Just to have a look at what would be possible with it. Because while it doesn't sound too special, I have a feeling there should be some possibilities with it, with a bit of work. Oops, missed one. This sound mostly reminds me of fireworks, actually. Every alien that reaches the ground lowers the score. Ah, there we got the winner, but I guess there's no one in to play right now. Whoops, missed. Oh, come on. I know I should do better on that. Yeah, I couldn't make that one in time. Wasn't paying attention for a moment there, because I had a weird pop-up here. This is basically not that hard a game as long as you pay attention. Which I'm not, clearly. This is not a spectacular game, but I've seen way worse games on many systems. I'm not gonna make that one. Oh well. Hit by the easy one. I was never gonna make that one. This one I need to hit. no way to avoid that. So. Oh, come on. That was so stupid. Basic idea of the game, of course, is very simple, but at least they have aliens that don't move straight down every now and again. Plus they move at different speeds, which also makes it somewhat more interesting. Ah. Well, as long as I keep getting extra lives like this, it's gonna be a long game. Let's see how far we can get. We're now at 17,000. Can we pass 20? Shoot. I got extra lives again, I see. Lost one, but okay. Hey, coffee cup arcade. How you doing, mate? Yeah, looking at the Aquarius, rather weird machine that, as I mentioned before, was announced in 1982, came out in June 1983, and was discontinued by Mattel in October 1983. Probably the shortest lifetime of any computer ever. I've never played on one myself, but from what I understand, the keyboard was very similar to what I was used to from the ZX Spectrum. And they had some interesting setups for control in some of the games. And it's a shame that even though there's supposed to be joystick support in the MiSTer core, I haven't been able to get it working. So it might be that I need specific setup there. Ah, come on. It looked neat, but with rubber keys that were, from what I understand, worse than the Spectrum version. Because the Spectrum version was actually quite doable. I'm not sure if it was as nice as it looks. Well, it's one of those machines that I missed. That I would love to have in real life, but probably never will. It's too uncommon to get for a reasonable price, so... Oh, got... I didn't know that we would get a new opponent here on this level. So they actually changed things up later on. I knew I would die there, but I couldn't avoid that. It's actually not a bad little game in its kind. Within the limited graphic capabilities of this machine, they did a decent enough job. It's one of those machines that didn't really have much of an impact on this side of the Atlantic. Well, let's be honest, it didn't have much of an impact on the other side of the Atlantic either. That's why it was discontinued after a few months. But at least, as you mentioned, you at least saw it in the store. I've never seen one in the store here. Wouldn't surprise me, given that it was Mattel that sold it. I understand that an Aquarius 2 was announced at some point, but it's not quite clear whether or not it really was ever sold or not. There's some unclarity about that one. Actually, this machine wasn't too badly priced, from what I understand. I think it was $160 introduction price. Which, while more than, of course, than it is now, was still not a bad price for a little home computer. Yeah, you already have one, Teal. Hi, Teal. No avoiding that one. How you doing, Teal? Aww. Missed. Ah. Okay, mate. Have a good lunch. And see you later. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Even better. As you can see, this game is actually quite playable. Which is why I have been going at it for a bit now, and you keep getting a lot of lives here. As I was mentioning though, this the sound is more like fireworks, I think. Hi, Han. Welcome in, and thank you for resubbing. 6 months, huh? How do you keep it up? I would long have let that stop if it was to me. Ian. Maybe Lady Wolf is only lurking right now, cause I know she was expecting a visitor. Whoops. Ah, okay, that one left the screen. That was positive, because otherwise I wouldn't have made it. There were a number of games I wanted to play today, but a lot of them had issues with controls where it was just undoable to play it on a modern keyboard because of the way the controls were set up. I could have chosen to map them to other keys or to the joystick, but that meant I would have to do that for just about every game, and that was and every game had their own controls again. I didn't want to do that. I'm gonna die now because I want to see something. I want to see if they did it correctly when you go from 10 back to 9. Yes, nice. Actually a programmer that actually kept in mind that you can have more than 9 lives. Ah, I cannot make that one. Quite often that's forgotten, and then you go from back from 10 and it that one will leave the screen, that's positive. Then you suddenly see 90 instead of 9. But this one actually knew what they were doing, which is nice. I know from experience how easy it is to forget that kind of stuff. I've done it myself in stuff I wrote. What I like is actually that you actually have an in-game, and that's the default, can set on. And I think you can do it in-game, yeah. Auto fire if you want to. Ah, goes after me. Okay, Coffee Cup Arcade. Have a good lurk. And feeding the baby is important. Feeding oneself and feeding the baby is important. I missed that one. The choice of different background colors actually do make sense, because every now and again that makes it more difficult to see, and that's also part of the game, I guess. Ah, missed. Whoops. I wouldn't have complained too much if I got this game in my youth. It's not spectacular, but at least it's fun to play for a while. Oh, come on. Hey, Curtis. How you doing? This is called Astrosmash, yes. I had to look it up there. And I was playing quite well, but now I'm making a mess of it. And I guess that was my last life, yeah. How you doing, Curtis? And do you have experience with the Aquarius and or this game? Uh-oh, and a horsey. I believe it, yeah. Planning can take a lot of time. I know a bit about it, as you know, and I don't even have to get other people involved usually, but yeah, planning can take a lot of time. But yeah, I selected a few games. I have fast loading switched on here, because otherwise it really takes a long time. And all these games do the same thing basically. They dim an array, probably to reserve the memory for the machine language, and then load in some binary. Check the address of the array, I guess, and then do a user for that. So all I do now is run and go to the second part of the tape. And normally this takes a few minutes, but speed loading it goes relatively quick usually. There we go. But did you ever use a Aquarius, Curtis? Ah, the television. Okay, yeah. Okay, at least what I like about this... Ah, yeah, I had to do something here. Because on the original... the control key is above the shift key. So what I want to is ream up, and that was the wrong way around. Escape. Let's do that again. Caps lock. There we go. So because otherwise you get up and down reserved, and that's a reverse, and that's a bit irritating. S to start, C, B, yeah. Okay, yeah. And space to fire, I guess, yeah. Ah, I did it the wrong way around. Duh. So I need to control, resign to this one, and there we go. Yeah, I know it's game over. Yes. At least. Huh? It worked once. I have done this before, but for some reason it won't work now. Then we do it different. Control to tap. Ah, I somehow got a high score there. I know. Not even Battlezone, 3D Battlezone even. Huh? Why is this not working? Oh! Come on. I did it the wrong way around still, it seems. So I want tap to be control. Now it works, okay. Yeah, I know, the graphics are amazing, huh? Yep. Even in 1983 these weren't very good, really. It looks cool, but... yeah, the graphics are a bit limited, but they use what they have, and it works. Can I hit at least one ship? Okay. Nope. Ah, we got a ship there. Wow. And it got us again. Nope. What I do like, actually, is that this does something what the Amiga seem to have a problem with. It plays music while making sound effects and the game going on. However simple the music may be, there is music playing constantly. We're actually hitting some ships nowadays. Ah, okay, but hey, 250 points. Funny girl, this. Hey Brock, welcome in. But yeah, that was 3D Battle Zone. Once again, as you'll see, another one of those things where you have the assembly clearly in an array. So you load the array and execute it as assembly language. Or as assembly. Machine code, sorry. It's a bit different from what I'm used to on the Spectrum, where we usually had it either in high RAM or it was in a RAM statement at the beginning of the program. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you, Brock? Now, I don't know the keys on this one, so this could be interesting. Okay, so that's... Ah, that's already game over. I at least know what's fire. Now I need to know the movement keys. You're not allowed to leave let anything touch the bottom. Ah, it's you, dude. The core isn't too bad actually. It just, for some reason, even though it's supposed to support joystick, I haven't been able to do anything with joystick, but at least the keyboard reacts well. But yeah, this is not the best game ever. You know, you don't get a chance to see how much you've scored or anything. It just continues. No, I didn't really enhance the machine at all. It was just a, it had Microsoft Basic on there, had 8K ROM. But yeah, it's a machine that one could have a lot of fun with, I think. Even the Microsoft Basic wasn't complete from what I understand. Let's have a look. Yes, same method. From what I have printed out a bit of the specs, 3.5 megahertz Z80 or Z80 if you're in the US. 4K RAM, expandable to 20, although I have seen it expanded to 16K more than that. 8K ROM, 48K rubber chiclet keyboard. For display, use a TA 1002 with 320 by 192 pixels. 40 times 24 text, 8 by 8 pixel character block. 80 by 72 addressable graphics and 16 colors. Sound, 1 voice, expandable to 4. Yeah. And then it had standard ports, television, cartridge extension, tape recorder, and it had a serial port which was somewhat RS-232 compatible. Yeah, I will always say that, but that's because I'm European. It's always funny when I have watched a American streamer talk about, and I come in there with a rate, and I say that I played with the ZX Spectrum. They will always say ZX. True, Curtis, and of course Canada is also a part of North America, but I'm guessing Coffee Cup Arcade meant US Americans in this case. Ah yeah, this is... Oops. Still didn't have it. Oh, come on. This is not easy trying to hit that one. I am not quite sure. We'll have to look at that if I have some. Nope, timed it wrong. I have seen something similar, but in that one you could actually have a bit more control about it. No, wrong timing there. Nope, one too low. Let's see if we can get the whole screen full before we get something. There we go. Ah, game over, just out of time. Yeah, they're similar. That's the one I was thinking of. Tube Frenzy is similar, yeah. I'll try one more time. There we go. Now I do the one go. And this is even better, cause... There. Ah, almost. Okay, that will go on there in a moment. Ah, we got to level 2. What's happening here? Let's see if we can get it to go there. Maybe. There we go. Welcome in, Rata. Aww. Should be more careful, Rata, but nice to see you in. Ah. Nope. Come on. Ah, one too low. Ah, that might be enough there. If we're a bit lucky. Not this way. It helps if you press the right key. Yeah, I do like this game. It's not perfect, but it keeps one busy and keeps the mind active. And I like that they didn't do what so many arcade type games do, where you have to use the movement keys to select letters. They think, hey, we are on the computer, we can just type the letters directly. Nice. Yeah, it is. I like it. So yes, that was Bounder. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Curtis. It helps if I do it in the right order. First enter the command and then start the tape. Once again, yeah, as to be expected. Yeah, it's so irritating, eh? I see I'm not the only one that hates that. Okay, Breakout, no introduction needed. Just need to check the keys. C and B, you see that quite often in these games. Once again, music while playing. Let's not talk about the quality of the... Basically, yes, Curtis. Yeah. A lot of them are, or they use basic graphics, which are, I think, 80 by, or 78 by something. That bad, coffee cup arcade. What I like is that this version actually the ball speeds up after a while. That makes it harder, but also makes it more of a challenge actually, which I like, because so many of the standard versions, the basic versions, basically move the ball at one speed, and at least this one speeds up after a bit. Like this one. Ah, Jinx, nice. Ah, why did I move to the left when I didn't need to? No one trying to catch it? Well, Rata of course automatically tries. Oops. A bit late, Brock. A bit late. It's already gone. Okay, that was my last ball, but yeah, I love the fact that they actually are able to keep music playing during the game. It's all clearly machine code, using the limited graphics capabilities, because from what I looked up, and I'm just grabbing the info here, basically has 40 by times 24 text, but 80 times 72 addressable graphics. And they clearly use that one in here. Now what I want to see, because they also had progressive walls, I think. Yes. Let's have a quick look how well that works. And how long it takes it before it progresses. Ah! After a while that melody probably would drive me crazy, but for a while... It's okay, Brock. It happens. Well, I must say this is far from the worst version of Breakout I've ever seen. I trust, by the way, that the levels are okay, cause I have my own levels, of course. Yeah, I will tune it down in a second. I kind of wondered about that. Yeah, I know, it becomes irritating. Ah, I missed that, but... yeah, audio should be better now, I hope. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just loud in my ears or in general. But yeah, they didn't do a bad job actually there. I'm guessing this is the same idea again, yeah? Okay, a bit larger program clearly, because they dimmed the array larger. Okay, what would Chuckman be? Anyone dare to guess? Nope, it's not a Pac-Man. What was it? CB. Control Shift. And space. For rotate, yeah. I should have done them in order, I guess, but... is this better, Coffee Cup Arcade? Which one then? Of course, the one all the way at the other side. Well, there are a few other things that you haven't seen yet, because I don't get too far yet. I'm now trying to get them in order, and we run into an interesting issue in a bit. Ah, come on. I do like this game too, by the way, but I cannot move over blank spaces. And that's where the space comes in, the spacebar comes in, because pressing that combined with one of the direction keys moves the line you're in that direction. So say I want to move, space, I can move the dots in this line and can that way still move to some degree, but I'm now taking them out of order. Yeah, that was mean. But yeah, this is a fun game actually. Which you have to pay attention to your opponents, but I keep forgetting to. Can I get there? Yes, I can. Through here. Ah, completed a level. Ah. Let's fly straight into a mine there. Once again, pure character mode, of course, but it works. Ah. Yeah, this is a fun game. Not one I will play long, but for 1 or 2 rounds in between, yeah. A disadvantage, of course, back in the day, I'll actually show that based on the next game, the loading was a bit slower. I'll switch off fast loading. And we'll just see what the normal loading speed is. First of all, you hear it. I'm glad you like it, Coffee Cup Arcade. Once again, that was just a basic program. This is a bigger one, clearly. And now you are happy I lowered the volume somewhat. Because this is the tape loading sound. A lot of zeros, I think. I'll do this only for the one game to give some idea. I do love them too, but not everyone does. There's a reason why one of my redeems is the Spectrum tape loading sound. I used to do that with Spectrum, but even more with ZX81, because that sound was more irritating. That's another one that can be very irritating, yes. The Spectrum I didn't find too bad, actually. It was just in that 1500, 3000 hertz range that just worked somehow. And this one isn't too bad either, I must say. I always find it fun to try and listen when there are zeros and ones. If you can make out which sound is which. Yep. Yeah, the Spectrum, for instance, did about 1500 baud, basically, but it was just about. Ah, in the meantime, a Jinx appears. Ah, you're quick this time. So is Teal. Welcome back, Teal. We wait calmly. Well, you're first up, Coffee Cup Arcade. And you got it! 1 jinx for Coffee Cup Arcade. Got your Pokédex started. Congratulations, Coffee Cup Arcade. I'm guessing that's about Curtis. Yeah. It was about 1500 bouts. It varies a bit on the spectrum, depending on how many zeros or how many ones you had, but yeah. I remember... there, it's done already. First of all, let me switch it off for later, back to fast loading for the later games. What we used to do with a friend of mine, if I had the game and he wanted it to load it and I didn't have it with me, sometimes I would ask my mom to connect my Spectrum to a speaker and have it set up to the phone that way, and then save from my Spectrum, or rather my dad I would ask, because my mom wouldn't dare, and then we would load it on the other side, and sometimes it actually worked that way, just by using speakers and microphones over the phone. Okay, let's see. Space reverse, return fire. This one trust, M smart bump. Now, I stink at this game on any version, but I still needed to show it at least. Oh, oops. I don't think I'm supposed to shoot the human too, eh? Small bump kills everything in one go. They once again clearly use character-based graphics, or... I don't have a small bomb anymore. Yeah, this it actually plays quite well. Everything that goes wrong is because I cannot play this game. I've never been good at any version of D-Fender, but it's a lot better than I would have expected from this system. But I guess it goes in general. I think that I keep wanting to fire with space. I tried playing the arcade version, I couldn't. Oh, I'm so used to using keyboard, but the keys are a bit weird on this one. I must say I am getting used to using a controller though, which is something I hadn't expected just a few months ago even. Oops, game over. But yeah, it's way better than I would have expected on this system. But I think in general, this system never got the chance it deserves, because it's actually not that bad a system at all. Yes, it's limited, but given the price difference compared to other home computers in the US back in the day, this was $160. Teal. And then people complain when they have to download a game over the internet. Oh my. You're never gonna stop playing with it now, Coffee Cup Arcade. There are a few cores that won't work with the VGA, but... Yeah, I'm so glad I got the MiSTer. I had originally planned to get a Spectrum next, but it wasn't out at the right moment, so I ended up getting the MiSTer, and I am so glad I did. I don't remember what this is. Travel around circuit, eating up the dots. Oh, yeah. This is not the best version ever. Ah. Yeah, the second batch of the next came out just a few months after I got the MiSTer. And the one thing I would want the next for is the keyboard, because the look of the next is fabulous and it's a nice system. But what I can do with the MiSTer is so much more. And nowadays we can actually do the next on the MiSTer, which is quite something. But that was the one thing, the look of the next is amazing. Wow. Yeah, you like it? Teal got a new Logitech keyboard. Was it for... Trying to think now which specific one you got, Teal. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, that's normal. We always have to get accustomed to new keyboards. Gridbug. Not quite sure what this is. Control Shift, CB. That seems to be more or less standard set. Ah, yes. I remember this one. I'm at the bottom right at the moment. I have to replace all the green ones with blank spaces, but if I go over one again, it turns green again. Between the lines, ah. What do you mean, Teal? There we go. Which app, Teal? Oh, the Twitch app. Yeah, well. But yeah, that's a Gridbug. It's more. If it had a high score system, I would be more happy, but it's... Well, it does have a high score system, but one where you could actually enter your name or something, or show you at the end, so you don't have to restart to see what your score was. Oh, come on. It's not the best color combination, I agree. Talking about work, network. A colleague of mine had gone into the office the other day, and for some reason couldn't connect directly to our management systems from the office. He had to go through another machine to get there. While working from home, it does work. Something weird going on there with the routing, clearly. Ah. But yeah, it's once again a very playable game. And actually kind of fun. But this is the first machine where basically I didn't really have to worry too much about which games I tested, because basically anything is from the first year, because the machine didn't even last a year. Ah, that's a big program. We dim the array to 2986. And I'm assuming that's a double int, so that would mean it wouldn't fit in the original 4K RAM. I don't know, Kurt. I've never been pregnant, so I don't know if I can compare it or not. Not even kind of. Ah, yes. Once again, we can do manual fire, auto fire. I said auto fire because it's just easier with the keyboard. Let's create in the maze. Do you have experience with that, Teal? Nice one, Coffee Cup Arcade. Yep. It's a berserk kind of game. Thank you for the host, Coffee Cup Arcade. What I notice is that they actually avoid me, and that's something you don't see in a lot of... Okay, is that a quote we should add, Teal, that you like the feeling of being good pregnant sometimes? What did I do? I quote. It is, of course, not. There. There you go, Teal. You got both quotes on here now are yours. That's number 1. And number 2. Yeah, I've done that before, Coffee Cup Arcade, especially when you're raiding someone. Sometimes I already open it up beforehand, but without the volume, and then I put on the volume, and then suddenly I hear slightly echoey versions of streams. Let's do manual fires, that's for fun. No. I know it's supposed to be, but you didn't type that, so we copied what you typed. Good luck, you two. Teal goes first. And Teal got it. Why are you leaving, Teal? There's one thing I haven't checked, and I will check it once I get a chance. First of all, it only shoots in the direction you are moving in. But I wonder if it also... No, only horizontal and vertical. No diagonal shooting. Yeah, well, you typed it, Teal. I can't help it that your phone betrays you. Oops, got hit. Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, I like this game. It is a version of Berserk. It's limited, but it's fun to play. We got a few more games. Ah. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do this first. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff on this core. Sure, Teal. They are not, but we can arrange something there, Coffee Cup Arcade. I'm just reacting to something. I got a message that I felt needed a bit of a reaction quickly. Yeah, it's a very fun machine. It's quite different from what I had expected. Oh, Teal. Oh Oh yeah, this one. Return to fire. Sometimes I do, Wen. Welcome in, Wen. How you doing? Your weekend has started, eh? Some people I find important enough that I react during stream. Yeah, you had a difficult week, I understand. But at least it's weekend now. I didn't know that until I saw the message, Wen. I have this habit to think that, especially when one of my mods sends me a message during stream, that it might be important. My mods and friends. Thankfully, this version does not have the issue that some other versions have. That you can't move up or down. This one has a bit of a different issue though. Well, issue between quotes. If I shoot... now of course that. If I shoot from further up, I can move up very far. It actually shoots through the top of screen to the bottom. I didn't misquote Teal, I just quoted what you accidentally sent. And if you are really upset about it, there was something you could very easily do about that, Teal, and you know that. No, you didn't. Nice. I'm glad they were. Now, Teal knows that if it's really too much, he can easily delete the quote. But yeah, that was a version of Centipede called Millypede. At least you can move up and down, unlike some versions. Now, with that title, I guess no one will be surprised to see what comes up now. Okay, Wen, thanks for coming by. Have a good night, and I will look at your messages later. Have a good night, sweet dreams, and see you tomorrow. It's quote removed 2, I think, Teal. The other way around. There you go. Yeah, that's indeed where Mist and also MiSTer comes from. They had to add something on the MiSTer. On the Mist, it was basically the same thing. Now this is a bit of a weird key setup, because you use the X to move to the right and the space to move to the left. Which of course really doesn't make sense, but oh well. Once you're used to it, everything works, I guess. But that was not what you typed, Teal, so that's not a correct quote. That's a doctored quote. Oops. Phew. And then of course I died there. Yeah, well, just like your Twitch account, your phone is your responsibility. We had someone in another channel I was in earlier today, and they got banned for some statements, and then they said, yeah, but my older brother took over the phone. Yeah, or took over the computer. Yeah, so your responsibility. Can't blame anything or anyone else. You're responsible. Nah, but it's okay, Teal. But that's fun. That quote is less fun than the other one, I felt. Ah, what do we get there? A Oma Star. I'm still waiting for Opa Star. When talking about Pokemon, for those who may not have seen it up close, here is my Flareon. My newest addition. Because of it, I wore this t-shirt today. Doesn't matter, we want the fun stuff. Thank you, yeah, I do. I like Eevee and especially Flareon. It's kind of funny that to think that 2 months ago I did nothing with Pokemon, and now I play 2 different Pokemon games plus Pokemon Go. I have a Pokemon Stuffy. I have a Pokemon game going on my stream. Welcome back, Lady Wolf. How you doing, hon? One would almost think so, hè? There we go. Glad to hear that. As you can see, I'm playing Pac-Man. Yeah, our other wolf guy is not in today, so I had to make a joke about what I was playing. Now, actually, the game we're starting now is called PacMr. Guess what game that is? Once again, this is a character-based game, but it works. And everything else error, eh? And did you say to everything else stop it, or what did you do? Let's see what they do. Does it get harder? Do they get faster, the ghosts or anything? Yeah, I guess it started with F and ended with off, huh? Nice one, Coffee Cup Arcade. As you can see, they didn't dare make the graphics too much like the original. Oh, sorry, this is of course a completely original game. It's nothing like any game ever made before or since. They saw what happened with Philips Magnavox when they tried it. Yeah, that's the fun, huh? We can play with it now. With all the advantages of modern technology. Speed load. Decent keyboards. All the games you could ever wish for. back in the day you were happy if you had one game officially and then 3 or 4 copied on tape. Exactly, the Casey Munchkin situation. Oh yeah, that was stupid. But yeah, this is more playable. Not spectacular, but better than some versions I've played. At least this one had portals, etc. to go through. Which you miss in some. Casey Munchkin is always a bit of a weird one to me, because if you really look at it, yes, of course it's based on Pac-Man, but it's so different that I don't see a reason why it couldn't have coexistence, but that's the weird laws in especially US. And we're still bothered by that ruling back then. Because basically Nintendo still uses those same that same ruling to stop a lot of stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the original version was closer, of course, but the released version I felt was different enough that it would have deserved to stay, but well, I'll lower the volume a bit on this because this one comes through quite loud. Okay, in this case I'm the yellow dot you see on the right there that just run into. And the idea is, yellow means that I have to go to the yellow house and deliver the post there. And now I have to go to white, while avoiding getting hit by anything, including that red dot that goes back and forth. That's probably a dog or something. Ah, another white package. Oops. Okay, blue, that's the light blue. Or the brighter blue. I think it's this one. Yes. We go for white again. Oops. What do we have there? A drowsy. Night Stalker. Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun, I agree. No one interested in a drowsy? Ah, there we go. 2 trainers. By the way, now not everyone is old enough probably to remember this music that you're hearing here. And it's not the best version of it ever, but who recognizes what the music is? A bit late, Wata. Uh-oh. Oops. What do we get? White. Okay. We have to wait for a moment. Oh, let's hope I can get out of the way there. Yes, just. Hey, no Rata, no pouncing. No pouncing without permission from the person that is pounced. Oh, I got blue. I thought that purple for some reason. But yeah, I like this game. It's... I don't know what it is, but somehow it works. And for those who are wondering, the song is Mr. Postman, a Beatles song originally. I doubt they paid for the rights for that song, by the way. Mr. Postman, can't you see? I got a letter from you. Okay, I'm having a flavor I normally don't have in this stuff, and it's not my favorite flavor. No, it's not a pure. It's yogurt based with high protein content. I'm not 100% sure, Kurt. It might have been. I'm not 100% sure. I know the Beatles version, but this one I'm actually not 100% sure. I was thinking it myself. Was it originally by them? Usually I know, but this one I wasn't 100% sure. It might have been. I would have to look it up, actually. And we got one game left, I see. Which actually brings me to something about covers. Yeah, sometimes one just has to sin, eh? Coffee Cup Arcade, I know. Now, when it comes to covers, the Beatles have a few good covers that they made, and the best one I think is still Till You Were There. Till You Were There, yeah. Doing the title right now? Yeah. Till You Were Here. But, and there's one song by the Beatles that I prefer sung by someone else. And that's With Little Help from My Friends, where I prefer the Joe Cocker version over the Beatles version. Till There Was You, that was the title I was looking for earlier, of course. When it comes to the Beatles covering, and that's my favorite cover. Kind of interesting because the original sounds quite different. Now the reason I have those yogurts during the evening streams is I had a gastric bypass over 5 years ago. And my ever since then I have to make sure to get in some protein about once every 2 hours. Yeah, Joe Cocker's version is amazing of that song. He made it completely his own. And that's very exceptional that I like a version by someone else better than the Beatles original. I just realized I probably shouldn't explain how I remember which ones are the stalactites and which one are the stalagmites. When it comes to that, but... Ah well, might as well. As a youngster, I had one simple way of remembering, because I had to remember in school. Stalactites hang. So do part of that word in many cases. Yeah, in English that works, but that didn't work in Dutch, Curtis. That's okay, Han. We don't mind lurkers. You know we like lurkers. The only thing with you being quiet, Han, is that I know that can be dangerous. Because that often means you're brooding on something. And I just have to hope it is nothing against me. Uh-huh. That's one word for it. Ha 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 ha. No worries, Rata. Lady Wolf and I have no problems. I just love to tease Lady Wolf. As I said, when she goes quiet, she's usually thinking about something and often plotting revenge on something. And I always think, okay, did I do something? No, it wasn't me. Okay, then it's okay. Feel free to. Okay, these are growing a lot faster now, and a lot more of them are growing at the same time. Whoa, I have to do something about this one. Ah, there's a Pokemon coming. What do we have? Tangela. Or Tangela, I'm not sure how you pronounce that one. Oops. That's a no. Can Rata catch it? That's a no. There, you got an extra one coming. A Primeape. But yeah, as mentioned earlier, we had quite a few of these kind of games, often written in BASIC. This one is not written in BASIC, clearly, but which makes it somewhat quicker to play than many versions I've played of this kind of game before. So it's not for Rata. What can Coffee Cup Arcade do? That's a no. I'm actually glad I added that Pokemon game, because I noticed that people seem to be enjoying it. Oops, almost missed that one. Yeah, and it's easy enough to run. It's just one a Windows program, but I run it under Wine on Linux. It's just one executable, and once you connect it, it brings the prof into your chat, and you're basically done. And you can set up your redeems. There is a second redeem I will set up in time, but since hardly anyone has many Pokemon yet, it doesn't make sense yet. But with the second redeem, you can have fights between teams of Pokemon from different trainers. But for that, you need at least 4 Pokemon each. And the problem is, if you make a typo in a name when doing that redeem, the bot gets all confused. So as long as we don't have that many Pokemon anyway, I'll leave that option off so we can't accidentally set off the bot and have to restart everything. MiSTer add-on is quite good in general, what I've seen. Nice. I have a quite different cable on the way. A 50 centimeter HDMI cable, cause the only HDMI cable I still had left to connect my switch to the what do you call it? The coder card was 1.80 meter, and I only needed about 30 centimeters really, cause they're next to each other. And it's often not that easy to get those short cables. Long cables you can get anywhere. Short cables you have to go to specialized stores or in this case online, but... Because 1 meter and 1.80 meter you find everywhere. Hi Nineo, welcome in, how you doing? I'm having a look at some games from the first year and only year of the Aquarius. A system from 1983. Released in June 1983 and discontinued in October 1983. Yeah, I went for my first Switch this year. The MiSTer I already had from last year. And I'm pretty happy with the Switch. The only disadvantage with Switch, of course, is that games don't go on sale as often, but that's why I have a few games on there, really. But it was the only one of the modern gaming systems that I found interesting enough. Because PS4 and Xbox are just PCs, basically. The Switch at least has original software that you won't find in other platforms. Uh-oh. Nope. Wow, that took a while, but game over. Hey, Adam fucking Place. How you doing, mate? Now, basically that was the last game that I had listed, but let's have a look if there's something else, cause as mentioned, basically everything in here is from the first year, cause there was only 1 year. Apart from this one, this is clearly a new game. Is there anything we didn't have a look at that might be interesting? I'm doing good. And we saw that one already. Trying to find if there's anything that isn't one of those double tape thingies that all the others are. There's only 2 or 3 games we haven't seen yet. We might as well. We're looking at the system from 1983. This one we haven't seen yet. I'm pretty sure. But I think we did the Aliens and not the Alien Quest. Okay, C and B and return for fire. Okay, so left hand for control. Okay. It's one of those games. Without sound. Bit disappointing. Okay, nothing special in this case. We just will look at the last few games that we haven't seen yet. There isn't many. These we already saw. Cute Cubes, no idea what that is. Another one with the same idea. Okay, shift control CB. Let's go level 3. Okay, let's not. That's just a, what do you call that? One of those puzzle thingies. This one we saw this one. Macho Man, no idea. We'll see what it is. We got a Pokemon coming. A Ekans. If anyone is interested, feel free to try and catch them. Teal is, okay. This game. This is actually kind of a fun game. Oops, missed the jump. And that means I fall back now, of course, yes. I fall. Who got it there? Teal. Oh boy. Careful, Teal, your percentage might go up this way. You're already at 31% now. Oops. Okay, have a good luck. Coffee Cup Arcade. Missed the jump there. What I like is that compared to others, often you don't have an issue if you time the jump wrong, but this one you do. And you got the time. Okay. It's a bit different than most versions I know. Most versions I know of this game, the holes rotate between the various levels, so not just on the level itself, but that doesn't make it any less fun. Missed that. And of course, since you fall back, Nope. Can I get to the top? Missed the last one. Bummer. Well, at least make one to the top, see what happens if it just continues or what it does. Won't happen if I do this kind of stuff. $70 left, okay. First part isn't that hard. When you start doing that kind of stuff, it becomes irritating. And that hole is harder to aim for. Not gonna make it again. Okay. That's what was itching. Had a little ant that probably came in when I went out to get my groceries earlier. It was itching on my arm. It's no longer itching. Oh, come on. One. Wrong timing. Okay, now can we aim here correctly? Yes, and the last one. Nope. Move, 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 move. Phew. So at least I don't fall all the way down. Yet. And probably need to go for the star there, yes. So that's all there is to it, okay. Shame, I had hoped they would do a bit more than that. Starting to get the rhythm now. I was, at least. Classic game with some slight variations, but doesn't make it interesting enough to play long time. Okay. Okay, Han, have a good evening. I'm almost done here, because there isn't that much that we haven't played yet. This one we haven't seen yet. Have a good evening, Han, and talk with you tomorrow. I have to press enter first. Hi, Fatty 2-Bits. Welcome in. Yeah, some of them were, eh? How you doing, 2-Bits? Ah, this is one of those. Okay. Ah, I'm glad to see you here. Hey, 48K RAM. Welcome in. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, indeed. How you doing? I'm looking at this system from 1983. Today, on the Thursday, I usually go for themed streams. And today it's the Mattel Aquarius. No, I'm just using my good old Logitech keyboard for this one. But yeah, the Mattel Aquarius came out in June 1983, as I mentioned before, and that was the release, and it was discontinued in October 1983. Sold at a price of $160, which nowadays would be about $400, I guess. But we've actually been surprised by the quality of some of the games. There's actually some decent games on there. Yeah, one of the guys behind it actually made a joke, if I remember correctly, saying that basically they were introducing a system that was made for the 70s in 1983. Basically, I had selected a set of games. Basically, yeah. Well, one in basic. But I realized that there weren't many I hadn't tried, so I might as well try the last few too. There's basically just 2 left. I was wondering when Teal would wake up. Yeah, with one big issue though for the 8K RAM. This system only had 4K. And limited graphic capabilities. Better sound though than the Spectrum. Rata, behave. How does this work? Oh, wait. Got it, I think. Yes. Yeah, I'm all into Pokemon these days. If you look behind me, you will see that I actually have a Flareon sitting there nowadays. That's actually new as of today. And I'm even wearing a Eevee Evolution shirt. Well, I never was. I only really got into Pokemon basically 2 months ago when I, by coincidence, ended up playing Pokemon Emerald. I was just looking at some games and asked guys, okay, which one should I go for if I were to play a Pokemon game on this system? I was then looking at Game Boy Advance, and well, they strongly suggested that I should go for Emerald, and I've been playing that for 2 months now. Okay, so this is not as easy as it looks, because you can only push in just having a look at what's happening here. But Rata, I'm not taking part. Yeah, I know the feeling of being busy, but in my case, a lot of the being busy is actually on Twitch, so... Okay, let me just have a look. I'm not going to be able to do this because I know I made mistakes, but I just want to see what happens. Ah. Hitmonchan. Now let's see that Teal isn't paying attention and misses it. Yeah, the thing with Teal is working, so... Which makes me appreciate all the more the fact that he's actually still trying to be in chat here. But yeah, okay, I get the idea of this game. Mwah. Not really for me. Oh. Hi, Explorer. You just catch me at the end of the stream. Because I basically have had a look at every game that was available for the system. Apart from a few cartridge games, but the reason I don't test those is because I know they demand really weird key combinations to control. But I was pleasantly surprised by the quality of some of the games. Yes, they aren't spectacular, it's a simple system. But quite a few games actually use the system quite well. And then, of course, there's always exceptions to that rule. that just plain stink. In the meantime, looking who we can raid if we find someone. Ah, yes. I'm actually gonna raid someone I normally never get a chance to raid. A good friend of mine. And most of you will know him. Well, first of all, I want to thank a few people. First of all, Lady Wolf for resubscribing. And Coffee Cup Arcade for a host raid. But yeah, the person we're gonna raid is at the moment playing, well, basically my favorite arcade golf game. And some will already know which game I mean then. Neo Turf Masters. And the person is called Pixels at Dawn Gaming. It's always nice to have you in, Rata. Just try to fight a bit less with Teal, you know. And I'm at least half kidding there. Yes, please copy the raid message. And yeah, say hi to Pixels. Once again, thank you all for being here. I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, whatever. And I hope to see you soon. I'll be back on Saturday. And for those who are interested, remember that next week I have an extra stream on the Friday evening my time when we will be doing the full Golf with Your Friends stream that was promised because of the charity activities. That will be Friday the 16th from about 7:30 p.m. Central European Summertime. Okay, have a good rest of your night and thank you all for being here. Bye bye.